Welcome to the TechCast Network video podcast. Today we're going to be looking at the Alienware m15x gaming laptop. Okay, so let's start by taking a look at the specifications of the machine, what you get for your money. Now this particular model is configured at over £2,100, however they do start at less than £1,000. I believe the base price is at £967. Now this model's got an Intel Core 2 Extreme processor, the 9000 model, running at 2.8 GHz with an 800 MHz front-side bus speed and 6 megs of cache. The graphics card inside is a 512 meg GeForce 8800M GTX, so it's one of the most, if not the most powerful mobile graphics card you can get in a 15-inch laptop. We've got 2 gigs of RAM in there, 160 GB, 7200 RPM hard drive. A solid state option is available, 128 GB SSD. That is quite pricey, over £300 to add that onto the actual machine. The display is a 1440 by 900 res 15.4 inch widescreen display, capable of playing back 720p video, and that's got the clear view display coating on it, so it gives you that glossy finish for improving the colours on your games and graphics. We've got an 8-speed dual layer DVD writer, which also DCs on the side, and Blu-ray readers and writers are available to configure from the Alienware website. And the other thing you might have noticed is the backlit option that you can get on the Alienware m15x. This one's being configured with the Alienware FX system, and what that means is you can actually control the colour system that lights up on the actual machine, so you're not just stuck with the blue colour that you see here. You can actually go into the software and change those settings, which we'll take a look at in a second. Now it doesn't just apply to the keyboard, you've also got backlight on the trackpad as well as some keys at the top, and there's also a strip of light which goes around the top and the sides of the display. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual design of the m15x. This one's got the brand new silver Ripley design. It's built on a magnesium alloy chassis, so really robust, really tough, and it's good for the thermal management, good for ventilating the heat, as well as creating quite a compact unit. As you notice from me rotating this, the actual unit itself is not that big considering the kind of horsepower it's packing. It's a 15-inch widescreen display, and it's got a built-in webcam at the top. It's a 2 megapixel webcam with the 2 digital microphones at the top there. On the top of the keyboard you've got touch-sensitive controls. So these are configured to operate your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, your internet, as well as the command center for controlling your power options, as well as a sliding volume key there. Now the keyboard itself, as you can see, is backlit, configured with the blue option at the moment. However, you can choose from a whole range of different colours. The trackpad itself has got, it's basically seamless, it's built into the actual unit. Same glossy plastic material that is encasing the whole unit. You've got 2 speakers there, stereo speakers, and the actual mouse pad or touch pad is a single button, but you do still get the left and right click on there. On the sides, in terms of connectivity, you have HDMI, you've got an extra USB port, and FireWire 800, as well as a 7-in-1 card reader on the side and an express card for adding on things like 3G data cards. On the other end, you've got an extra 2 USB 2 ports, as well as a DVD drive. You've also got gigabit Ethernet, your power, your headphone and microphone jack for external audio. So that's the actual connectivity options of the Alienware. And on the front you've also got the infrared receiver. We take a look at the bottom of the unit, which you don't often do with laptops. Again, even well designed by Alienware, they've actually put thought into where the cooling panels and the cooling vents go. You've also got a button which you can touch, and it tells you the battery life before you actually switch on your unit. So that's the bottom of the Alienware, and that's the design of the m15x. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick run through of how the Alien FX system works on the m15x laptop, and that's to do with the actual backlight system. As you can see, the colour is set to blue at the moment. What I'm going to do is quickly change that to red, and in a few seconds it should reappear with a red backlight. There you go. So there's different options. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's about 9 colours that you can choose from. So For a female audience, you can set it to pink. Not sure if you can see that very well in the camera there, but there's also things like green. There's green, there's blue, there's yellow, there's orange, there's purple. You can turn it off, or you can set it to white instead, and that affects or it can affect the head, or the glowing alien headlight on the back of the actual display, which you can change manually. It can also change the power button in the centre there. You can also change the different elements separately, so I wanted a keyboard which was yellow, for example, and the trackpad to be green. I can also do that. So as you can see there, it's left all the other colours and the lights green, whilst I've set the keyboard to yellow. So that's how the Alienware FX system works. Just to give you a demonstration of the performance of the system, I've got Race Driver Grid here, a new 3D racing game, if you haven't seen it before. So I'm just going to do a quick run through on that, and you'll be able to see things like loading times, graphics performance. This game is actually set to the maximum settings that it's capable of. As you can see, the graphics are very smooth, really good quality. Well, I couldn't say the same about my driving. However, you can see that there's no slowdown, even with all those cars on the track and the collisions. It's still running very smoothly without any slowdown. So if I do a quick instant replay there, and one of the nice features on Grid is that you can do a replay and jump straight into the game. And that's Grid. So overall, the Alienware m15x is one of the most powerful 15-inch gaming notebooks available on the market today. You got a performance combination of an Intel Core 2 Extreme 9000 processor and an NVIDIA GeForce 8800M GTX graphics card. Basically means it can handle pretty much any game you throw at it. Now obviously when you're buying an Alienware, you'll get the trademark build quality and finish that you always expect with Alienware products, which is always great news. So basically, for the fastest looking and the most fastest performing notebook available today, look no further than the Alienware m15x laptop.